Are you looking for a better way to start your day? I'm Xander Fryer with Shit You Don't Learn in College, and today we're gonna dig into the 5 tips to help solidify your morning routine and help build the real success you want. Now, we all know that a solid morning routine is a paramount tool for entrepreneurs to be successful. Tom Corley did an interview of hundreds of self-made millionaires, and what he found is that 50% woke up about 3 hours before they actually started their day and had an intricate, structured morning routine. So we know it works, we know it's powerful, we know it's helpful, but what do we actually need to do during this process to make sure that we are seeing success? Now, I've been really passionate about morning routines and habits in general over the last 5 years, and I think it's a big reason why my business has grown about 50% to 80% year over year for the last 5 years. So I want to dig into 5 tips that I have for you to make your morning routine better and make sure that it's going to affect all areas of your life. All right, so tip number 1 seems like a really simple and easy one that everybody gets, but it's worth mentioning. Wake up to your alarm. Now, I don't really give a shit what time your alarm is for. Some entrepreneurs out there are like, oh, you gotta wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. I do wake up at 4 a.m., but I tell people that's batshit crazy, and I actually don't think that everybody should be doing that. I don't care if you're waking up at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 11. It doesn't matter to me. The most important thing is that you wake up when you set your alarm. And here's why, okay? Now, 95% of our brain is our subconscious mind, and 90% of our results are detailed by that subconscious, the actions it takes, the beliefs it has, the thoughts that it thinks, all of those things, right? So this subconscious mind is incredibly powerful. So we need to be very, very careful of the thoughts and the ideas that we are feeding our subconscious, because it's gonna dictate a majority of our outcomes. Now, I want you to think about this. Let's say that you set your alarm for 7 in the morning, okay? The night before, you set your alarm for 7 in the morning, and then that next morning, your alarm rolls around and it goes off at 7 a.m. and you go, burp, snooze. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? So I want you to think about this. How many times over the last month, or maybe a couple of months, have you hit snooze? Or maybe the last week, maybe you did it this morning, right? How many times has it happened? Now, here's what I want you to realize is going on in your subconscious mind. The night before, you're making an agreement with your subconscious. Hey, I'm gonna wake up at 7 a.m. And then the next morning, the first agreement for the day, you're breaking with your subconscious mind. You're saying, I know I said I'm gonna wake up at 7, but I lied to you. And then later on that day, you tell people that you wanna build a 6-figure or a multiple 6-figure or 7-figure business. What do you think your subconscious is gonna say? It's gonna go, no, you're not, you're a liar. You can't even wake up for your 7 o'clock alarm. What makes you believe that you're gonna be able to build a $1 million business? That's adorable, Xander. That's never gonna happen. Every time you make an agreement with your brain and you break it, it's a vote for failure. Every time you make an agreement with yourself in your brain and you keep it, it's a vote for success. So I'm very, very passionate about making sure that whenever you make agreements with yourself, you keep them, right? And when you make an agreement with when you're gonna wake up in the morning, this agreement will become a snowball for the rest of your day. When you wake up to that alarm, you'll start keeping the rest of your agreements throughout the day. When you break that agreement, you'll break a lot of other agreements throughout the day. Now, I don't know about you, but I want my subconscious to think that I'm a winner, so that when I tell it I want to be a multimillionaire, an 8-figure earner, a $1 billion business owner, it believes me. So number 1, do not hit snooze. Now, the second tip that I have for you is something that I refer to as the digital detox, right? We all know that our brains are being bombarded by more input than they ever have been before. I want you to think about this for a second. Over the last 10,000 years, our brain has not evolved at all. But think about how much more input our brain is taking in just over the last 50 years, even 20 years. Tens or hundreds or thousands of times the amount of input thanks to laptops and the internet and phones and Instagram and TikTok and all of the social media platforms, right? Instantaneous gratification. Did you know that there's over 400 engineers from MIT at Facebook designed to help you get more addicted to their platforms? Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not smarter than 400 engineers from MIT. They are definitely gonna do a better job at addicting me to the platform than my brain's gonna do of not being addicted to the platform. So when I first wake up in the morning, I do not look at my phone for at least 1 hour. And here's why. When you look at your phone, scientifically proven, the dopamine hit that you get from looking at your phone and social media is as powerful as the dopamine hit from cocaine or heroin. It's literally a drug. Now you're becoming addicted to your phone. Now Stanford did a study in 1972. It's referred to as the marshmallow study. And what they found was people that are willing to delay gratification longer are going to be the ones that are more successful in life. And here's what the experiment was. They put a bunch of kids into a room, right? Well, one at a time. So they brought kids into a room one at a time, and they gave them a marshmallow. It was actually a marshmallow or a pretzel stick, whichever they preferred. And they gave them one marshmallow, and they said, I'll give you this one marshmallow. I'm going to leave the room. If you don't eat the marshmallow till I come back, I'll give you a second marshmallow. They didn't tell them how long. They left for 15 minutes, and they came back, and some of the kids had eaten the marshmallow right away. Some of the kids tried to hold off for about 5 minutes, and then they ate it. Some of the kids made it all the way to like 12 minutes, and then they ate it. And some of the kids actually didn't eat the first marshmallow until they came back and they got a second marshmallow. Now what they found is they tracked these kids through the rest of their lives over the course of the next 10, 15, 20 years. And what they found was the kids that were able to delay gratification, wait for the second marshmallow, they had significantly higher likelihood of lower BMI, of more financial success, of being happier and healthier, of better relationships. They found that delaying gratification actually signified success in every area of their life. So when you pull out your phone first thing in the morning and you get that dopamine hit, you're actually programming yourself to not be able to delay gratification. You're programming yourself to be a gratification addict, a dopamine addict. And for the rest of your day, you're checking your phone, you're checking email, you're doing all these things just to get those dopamine hits. So that's number 2. I spend the first hour of my day not checking anything electronic because I know that I'm going to get a dopamine hit as soon as I look on social or as soon as I look at my emails. So I make sure that the first hour of my day is a complete digital detox to program it for success. Now, number 3 is what I call doing tough things first. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, eat the big slimy frog, but the way that this analogy goes is if every day you had a to-do list of 5 things and one of those things on your to-do list was to eat a big slimy frog. What most people would do, they would put the big slimy frog off, they would do the other 4 things first, and they'd put the big slimy frog off to the end of the day, and by the end of the day, they start to get tired, and the whole time they're not looking forward to that frog, they're dreading getting to the big slimy frog, so the whole day they're just left worrying and upset, and by the time they get to the end of the day, they go, oh, I'm too tired, I should probably just eat the big slimy frog tomorrow, and then they never do it, right? What if you did it the other way around? What if the first thing that you did every morning was the thing that was the toughest? What if the first thing that you did is you grabbed that big slimy frog and you ate it whole? Besides the fact of maybe being a little bit sick, you're gonna be accomplished. You're gonna feel accomplished because you did the toughest thing first. Now you have that motivation, now you have that drive to go do more because the rest of your day is easy if you get the big slimy frog done first. So the truth is, if you want to feel successful, you want to have motivation and inspiration, do the toughest thing first in the morning. If you're having trouble meditating, focus on meditating. If you're having trouble going to the gym regularly, go to the gym. I personally love going to the gym, so I don't go to the gym until later on in the day because it's like a reward for me. I love it. I enjoy that shit. So one of the first things that I do when I wake up in the morning is I jump in a cold plunge. Now, I don't care how long you've been doing cold therapy, every time I jump into 39-degree water, it sucks. But if it's the first thing that I do every morning, I feel motivated, I feel inspired, I feel accomplished, and I feel ready to take on the day, and everything else is easy. So do the toughest things first. That's number 3. Now, number 4 is a pretty simple one. A lot of people are aware of this. It's move your body. Now, I don't care what kind of workouts you do. I don't care if you're a weightlifter or you love Pilates or yoga or a runner, whatever it is that you do, right? The truth is you just need to move. Now, a lot of people aren't aware that we have something in our body called our lymphatic system. You have your circulatory system, which your heart is a muscle that pumps blood throughout your body. Now, the difference between this and your lymphatic system helps detoxify the blood, detoxify the muscles. It helps cleanse your entire body, and it'll actually help you think straight, right? It'll clean the brain. But the lymphatic system doesn't have a heart. It doesn't have a central muscle that will pump the lymphatic through the lymph throughout your entire body. it relies on your muscles to do that. So you have to move to get the lymphatic system draining the toxins out of your body and your brain functioning properly. So moving your body first thing in the morning is incredibly important because you've been sleeping for 6, 7, 8, 9 hours since then. Your body's been repairing, your body's been cleaning, and now it's got all this crap sitting in your circulatory system and in your lymphatic system. And if you don't drain it, you're gonna be running around in a fog all day. So you need to move first thing in the morning to make sure that you're draining all of those toxins out of your body so you can think clear and get into action. And number 5, and actually one of the most important things that you can do to solidify your morning routine is to actually prep the night before. Yes, one of the best things for your morning routine is actually not in the morning. It's the night before. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but when you first wake up in the morning, you're pretty stupid, right? Let's just be honest, I'm right there with you. When you wake up, you're out of it, you're groggy, you're not the best decision maker. So you wanna make it really difficult to mess up your morning routine. You want to make your morning routine stupid-proof. So anything that you can do the night before to make it so easy to follow that morning routine that you can't mess it up when you're dumb, do it. Some of the things that I do is I've laid my gym clothes out by my bed to make sure that it's the first thing that I put on in the morning. I have a whiteboard with my list of the things that I need to hit in the morning so that when I'm groggy and flown around like this, I can just go, yoga, meditation, cold plunge, and you just go down the list. You don't have to think about anything. I have a buddy of mine that's a prolific writer. He's written several best-selling novels. He writes blogs all the time. He writes for different magazines. So for him, one of the first things that he does every morning is he writes. But if he were to try and write to a blank Word document every morning, he would struggle. He would spend 15, 20, 30 minutes not being able to come up with anything. So what he does is every night, he puts down 5 bullets onto a Word document, into that Word document, so the next morning, he's not working from a blank page. This helps him get over writer's block and get moving a lot quicker. You want to do anything that you can to make your morning routine stupid-proof the night before, and that's going to guarantee success. Now, we all know that in the end, your morning routine might be one of the most powerful things that you can do to help send you on the right track to being successful, because the truth is, action can get you to take the first step, but it's your habits that are gonna help you cross the finish line. So let's get that morning routine locked in and loaded. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button below and let me know you enjoyed it. Comment below with any specific topics that you want me to cover in any future videos, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss another great video, and I'll see you in there.